And the 10 behind them that have made the feature as well. Just got to get through it, especially these first couple of laps. Expect them to be 4 wide throughout the whole field into turn 1. I'll tell you what, folks, here we go. Round 2 of the MJS Tree and Stump Street Stock Series here at Borderline Speedway is underway. Barry gets a jump into turn 1 and 2, and they're 4 wide down the front straight for the Miners. Into turn 1, there's contact left, right and centre. That's nearly to be expected as the sedans race down the back straightaway. Bear, Weston, Wrightstein and Edwards. I tell you what, this is going to be a busy one to call. Brown back to the inside of Nigel Wrightstein up front. Back then to Scotty Seacombe, who's come from almost outside the top 10 to be sitting in 6. Further back, Ellefson's out. Must have a flat tyre the way he's rolling down the back stretch. Look at the battle for second. Edwards, Wrightside, Weston, Brown, Scotty Merritt. They're going at it. Through turns 1 and 2 going the clockwise direction for the first 15 laps. Bear has strung out with the lead in the first 3 laps. Second still Edwards. Weston still holding on. Wrightstein now on his outside. Back then to Brown. Further back the battle for the Miners is going up as well if you can keep your eyes on that one. Edwards second, Wrightstein third, back then to Weston. Brian Brown, Scotty Merritt, Jaden Plumley, Phil Watson, Donald Irving and Drew Flatman. That rounds out your top 10. Back then to the other Irving in Jai. Wade Fell as further up, battles on for 5th position. Brian Brown, Scott Merritt. Look at Plumley running the boards. Here he comes. Merritt's up almost into the front end of the 62 machine. Bear has cleared him. The yellow lights are on. We've got trouble. The 46 machine of Jai Irving facing straight to the pit exit tunnel. Green lights about to come back on. 11 laps left till the direction change. It's Bear, Edwards, Wrightstein, Weston and Brown. That's your top 5. What do the rest have for them? Here we go. Back underway. Bear leads them into 1. Weston looks to the inside of Wrightstein. Can't do anything about it. Here comes Scotty Merritt further back, side by side with Brian Brown. Brownie's going to have to hang it up the top. Gives Kerry Weston a little bit of a push and a shove down the front stretch. Battles on further back between Josh Triffett and Dennis Knowles. They saw each other earlier in the B main. But meanwhile, 3rd position back is anyone's at the moment, as Wrightstein's now under fire from Kerry Weston. Brian Brown in behind them. And the yellow lights are on. Yellow lights are on. Your B main winner, he was really starting to get a charge on, and unfortunately the bonnet's lifted up a little bit on the left hand side, so I'd like to wager that he's gone in a little bit on the back straight. So here we go, getting set to get back underway. Lap 5 has seen 2 cautions so far. Hopefully we can get past it. Bear leads him back to the green. Can Edwards get the jump on him this time? Not yet. As they head into turn 1 and 2, Weston looks back to the inside of Wrightstein. That battle for 5th is going to spike up straight away, you'd suspect. Weston, Brown really starting to move along now. The streeties are looking sleek out there. Oh, Weston's out of shape. Allows Brian Brown to get past, and Scotty Merritt's going to look into the outside as well. Back then to Plumley, further back, Flatman, Jolly and Keith Moore going at it for the Miners. Keep an eye on that. The Magnus slowing back there too. Battles on for 2nd now. Right side, Edwards, further back, Brown and Scotty Merritt. Looking to the inside, Kerry Weston's dropped back a little bit as Scott Merritt gets by Brian Brown to sit in 4th now. He looks to be the one on the charge with 7 laps to go to the halfway mark. Drew Flatman, the lap car, the Magna has slowed. Donald Irving pulls into the infield as well. Race leader is still Anthony Bear. Oh, Hayden Jolly, a ball joint's gone in the Falcon. The right front has departed. That is not pretty at all. The 87 machine of Jaden Edwards, however, still second. I suspect a yellow, with Hayden Jolly running around with the right front tyre, just holding on. Drew Flatman slow up top, and the battle for fourth may be interrupted. Scott Merritt, Brian Brown, Kerry Weston is up front. Right, oh no, trouble further back. Brown and Weston have come together. Weston's found himself spinning to the infield. Brown tagged the ball. It's all happening here at Borderline, and the caution lights have come out this time. So caution lights have come out for the incident on the back stretch involving Kerry Weston and Brian Brown, but the fact 5 laps to go until the halfway mark. As we get back underway, thanks to EB Graphics and Gartner Transport. There gets a jump once again. Weston with his spot back, a racing incident back there in 5th and 6th. Sitting in behind Scott Merritt. Scotty Merritt got a little bit squeezy on the outside of right side down the back stretch. They're in 4th. As Edwards tries to charge and catch that 46 machine. Back then to right side. Merritt a bit too high. Out of turn 2. Further back, Brown and Blomley are going at it. Weston is going to be put in that mix as well. This is a battle for 5th we're talking about here, folks. On the way into turn 1 and 2. Weston, Brown, Blomley looks to the inside. The yellow lights are on. We've got T-Rubble in turn 4 once again. Yellow lights have come out for Jai Irving. He tried to get on the get Kerry Weston still holding on to 5th, but Brian Brown and Blomley were having a right battle before that caution. Back then to Watson, Darren Flatman, Keith Moore, Corey Crafter, Ben Wheaton and Dennis Knowles. That's your field as we get back underway. Round 2 of the MJS Street Stock Series. Down the back stretch as we wait for the movers and shakers. Edwards, a nice run into turn 3 and 4 that time. Definitely made up a little bit on the 46 of Anthony there. Back then to Reichstein, Scotty Merritt. Weston now under fire on the outside from Brian Brown. Shuts the door on him. On corner exit, a little bit of smoke starting to come out of Scott Merritt's 48 machine. That doesn't bother him though. He doesn't know about it. He looks to the inside of Nigel Reichstein. Can't get the pass done. Back then to Kerry Weston. The yellow lights are on again. Yellow lights are on this time for the OGR radiator. Corey Crafter has put it round in a big old circle in turn 3. Midway Sedans Australia in their turn 2 program, and of course Pico's Photos. Even more proud supporters of the MJS Street Stock Series. Feature getting back underway this time. Bear once again leads into 1. Edwards with him a little more that time. Brown and Blomley are all over the back of Kerry Weston. If they get a couple of laps in the books, they might get the run on him. Slight amount of smoke coming out the 62 machine and to the infield, so that's no good. Further back, the battle which is now for 4th with Kerry Weston, Scott Merritt, Brian Brown to the inside of the 48. Can he get it done? Side by side, Brown inside, Merritt outside. Brown trying to hold on the bottom line, and Scotty Merritt gets a little out of shape, allows Brown to come through and take 5th position. The yellow lights are on again, and that is simply for the direction change. So 15 laps down, 15 to go. They'll turn around and so here we go. 15 laps to go, anti-clockwise. Anthony Bear, your race leader for the majority so far. As they get back underway, Edwards right on the bumper. Into turn 1 and 2. Edwards tries a slightly lower line, but Berry's got the momentum up top. He's with him this time, however. Slight gap back to third, Nigel Reichstein. Kerry Weston, Brian Brown. Further back, Phil Watson and Ben Wheaton going at it. Benny trying to keep Phil out. And it's still going on back there as Dennis Knowles now has issues and finds his way to the infield. Race leader is Anthony Bear by about 4 car lengths. Jaden Edwards might be starting to suffer a little bit as Brian Brown further back in the back has had a moment and dropped a spot or two, that is for sure. He's now back with Keith Moore and Ben Wheaton and Phil Watson, who we were just talking about. So the battle for the Miners is where it's at the moment. Watson to the inside of Brian Brown. Sticks with him on the bottom. Brown still on the top side. In front of them is Keith Moore. Slight amount of contact down the front stretch. Smoke now starting to come from the 87 machine. That's not good, considering he had potential head gasket issues earlier. It could be all over for Jaden Edwards very, very shortly. I hope not, but it doesn't look good at all. He's engaged smoke screen in front of Nigel Reichstein. Kerry Weston third. Back then to that pack we were talking about before. Keith Moore, Brian Brown, Phil Watson, Ben Wheaton. Behind them, Darren Flatman and Corey Crafter round out the field. 8.5 laps to go for your race leader, Anthony Bear. Oh, second, a big moment for Jaden Edwards. Still trying to battle for the battle for second, which has become 3 wide very quickly between Kerry Weston, Jaden Edwards and Nigel Reichstein. They're saying, come on fella, we don't rate the smoke, get out the way. 7 laps to go for race leader Anthony Bear. The wounded Jaden Edwards holding up for second. Could even be power steering the way that car's bouncing around. Weston now into second. Reichstein hasn't found his way through yet. Back then to Brian Brown, Keith Moore, and the battle is on for pretty well third to last between Ben Wheaton, Phil Watson and Darren Flatman. Back then to Corey Crafter, who may go a lap down in this one from race leader Anthony Bear. Second is Kerry Weston. Third is Jaden Edwards. Fourth, Nigel Reichstein. A lonely fifth is Brian Brown. As the field is certainly strung out in this one. Phil Watson's got issues. Phil Watson's in the fence. So Watson rolling around slowly up top. Hopefully doesn't bring out the caution. Race leader of Anthony Bear is half a lap ahead of second Kerry Weston. Reichstein has now got past Jaden Edwards for third. And Brian Brown might even try and attack the 87 in these latter stages. Oh, the race leader around the lap car of Corey Crafter tags the fence on the front stretch. But nothing in a day's work for the multiple-time national champion. 2 laps to go for Berry now. Second way back is Kerry Weston. Third is Reichstein. The battle for fourth will be on between Jaden Edwards and Brian Brown. White flag out is for Anthony Bear. Plenty of gap in between him and Kerry Weston as he comes down the back stretch through 3 and 4 for one more time. Put your hands together for feature winner Anthony Bear, 2 years in a row for this round at Mount Gambier. Weston second. So there we go. Anthony Bear, the S46, your round 2. Technically first feature winner for this year's MJS Tree and Stump Street Stock Series.